Dispersal of language. The Bantu migration circa 1000 BCE. In context, location Central and Southern Africa, circa 3500 BCE. Pro-Bantu people live in the Niger Delta between Nigeria and western Cameroon, circa 3500 to 2500 BCE. Small numbers of Bantu began to move beyond their homeland. After, circa 1500 BCE, the Bantu settle in Central Africa. Circa 600 BCE, iron production begins in Meroe on the Nile. Circa 200 BCE, the Bantu expand into Southeast Africa. Circa 300 to 500 CE, Bantu live in KwaZulu-Natal and the Limpopo River in South Africa. Circa 1200 to 400 CE, Bantu emerge in the Great Lakes region in eastern Central Africa. The migrations of the Bantu peoples from the Niger Delta in around 1000 BCE were some of the most important movements of people in Africa's history. They transformed Central and Southern Africa, introducing iron smelting and improved forms of agriculture, and facilitating an exchange of knowledge that led to common art and craft traditions. Common language. As an identity marker, the term Bantu does not denote a distinct ethnic group. Instead, it applies to a particular set of linguistic groups across West, Central, East, and Southern Africa. The majority of Bantu speakers, about 100 to 150 million people, now live in the Democratic Republic of Congo, the Republic of the Congo, mainly in Brazzaville, the capital, Uganda, Kenya, Tanzania, Malawi, Zimbabwe, and Swaziland. Starting point. Oral, linguistic, and archaeological sources show that the proto-first Bantu group lived in the Benue Cross River basin of eastern Nigeria and western Cameroon and Central Africa. Research suggests that its transformation from a precarious hunting and food-gathering economy to a more settled life enabled by growing crops and raising livestock led to a significant increase in the population. This forced some Bantu people to move away from their homeland in search of new land to settle. There is no evidence that mass hordes left the area simultaneously, and there was no predetermined route other than a general move southward. Migration from the Niger Delta began to build in around 2000 BCE. Most historians believe that the climate-induced destruction of the rainforests in western Central Africa around 2500 years ago gave new impetus to the Bantu migration. Some theories remain that the agricultural activities of the Bantu groups themselves drove the forest loss and the need to move on. Cultural spread. The Bantu migrations demonstrate how human interaction facilitates the rise of cultures. Expansions were not accomplished through wars and conquest. Bantu groups were capable of adapting to their new environments and successful in introducing innovations such as iron smelting and decorating baked clay pottery. Connections between African communities led to the spread of artistic ideas, religious practices, dietary habits, kinship customs, and the development of vocabularies and syntax. In East Africa, Bantu groups affected social and political systems, introducing the concept of 8 sets in which people of similar age pass through a series of distinct life stages at the same time. Each stage is usually marked by an initiation ceremony. Secondary languages, Proto-Western and Proto-Eastern Bantu, gradually emerged from their parent stock. The Proto-West Bantu settled the Sangha, Ubangi, and Congo-Lualaba rivers, and later occupied Angola and Namibia's grasslands in the southwest. The Proto-East Bantu moved through the Mount Kilimanjaro area of Tanzania and into Mozambique and later reached Southeast Africa. Around 1200 CE, Bantu speakers moved into the Great Lakes regions of western Rwanda, Burundi, and Uganda. Ironwork, agriculture, and crafts. The Bantu were innovators in iron smelting and established Iron Age settlements across sub-Saharan Africa. This enabled them and the people they encountered to make better tools. While some scholars think Bantu groups acquired iron working skills in their homeland, others believe they acquired them around 600 BCE after interactions with the Kingdom of Meroe and the Upper Nile. Iron tools and weapons were far superior to those made of copper and bronze. Farmers could use iron tools to cultivate even quite stony land, and craft workers used them to decorate pottery and softer metals with intricate patterns and grooves. Groups who shared similar cultures use identical patterns and methods of decorating objects. This has helped anthropologists differentiate Bantu-speaking potsherds from those of other groups.